Since I shared that video about Kemi Badenoch's proposal on how she's going to fix immigration in the UK, a lot of people have been worried, confused. That was not my intention of showing that video. That video was to prepare yourself so that you can be future proof. Now, Kemi Badenoch is the leader of the Conservative Party. They are not in power yet. The people in power right now are the Labour Party, and the Prime Minister is Sir Keir Starmer. So he's in power right now. Now, the next election is likely to take place on 15th of August 2029. It means you have ample time. But we also know that sometimes the next election can come in early. Sometimes the Prime Minister might call for another election earlier than usual, or perhaps the Prime Minister is impeached or something like that could happen. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but why I share immigration opportunities and stories and laws and proposals of things that are happening in the corridor of power is so that you can prepare yourself. You can strategize so that you can be future proof. That is the key thing. Remember that when she became the leader of the Conservative Party, I shared it on this channel. So you need to follow me on Cynthia Academy. I share information. I know how powerful the effect of policies have on migrants. I know that firsthand, seriously. I shared on this channel about the changes that were going to happen with respect to care workers not being able to bring their dependents, students not being able to bring their dependents. I shared it long before they implemented that law. If you follow me on this channel, you know that I kept ringing the bell at least 7 months before they implemented that law. So that's why it's so important for you to know what is happening in the country you are actually currently residing. If you intend to come into the country, you need to plan accordingly. If you have maybe 2 admissions, maybe you have an admission to study in the UK and you have another admission to study in Canada, or maybe you even have another one for the US, you might now decide, okay, based on the way things are going, what can I do? What is the best option? Especially if you want to study and then you want to expand your skills. Seriously. Or maybe you want to gain citizenship so they can travel the world and do your business and be effective, maximize your potential. For goodness sake, Elon Musk was born in South Africa. He went to Canada and became a Canadian citizen, and then he moved to the US and became a US citizen. Seriously, he would not be able to grow to become one of the richest men in the world if he did not acquire that citizenship. So everybody knows their purpose. Now, if you know your purpose, what you intend to achieve with you and your family, how you intend to give back in any economy you are going to, I'm talking about using your skills, your experiences, and your qualifications to impact the economy of that particular place, how you intend to grow yourself. This country, UK, is really blessed. So you can grow, you can excel, you can get to the next level, but it involves planning. It doesn't mean you should be worried and panicked and scared. And no, that's not the way to go about it. It's about, okay, I've received this news now. What can I do with this news? How do I prepare myself? Now, in case you missed the video, I'm going to put the link to this video that I just created. I think I published it today. Just go and watch that video. Auntie Kemi Badenoch proposed 5 things she feels she's going to implement once she's in power. She wants to make it stricter than ever, including the fact that you would spend 10 years before you apply for ILR, and the fact that even after your ILR, you have to spend 5 years before you apply for citizenship. So a total of 15 years. So someone then, as in contributing their youth, like 15 years of their youth, because most people that come into this country, they're young people. They're not like in their 70s. So they come in when they're young. You dedicate 15 years before you get British citizenship. And I also explained that at the end of everything, you might not even get that British citizenship, because she's saying that before you apply for it, you must be able to have enough salary, earn enough salary. We don't know what that enough is. So if they put a particular amount as the amount, what if you are not earning enough? What if you are still a carer for 10 years and you have not been able to move? You know, it's very difficult for carers to move to another level and earn more. they have to plan consciously, acquire more skills, and then move to the other career they are interested in. Because if you stay in as a carer, it's hard to have career progression unless you are strategic about it. So I shared that video because I didn't want you to worry. I wanted you to plan very well as a migrant, knowing that, okay, if I choose UK to be my destination country when it comes to studying, what are my plans afterwards? Am I staying? Am I going? Do I want to go to another country? Are there other opportunities out there? Are there jobs? Okay, if I intend to maybe get something like indefinite leave to remain, because it's like when you get it, you get some level of peace. How long will it take? These rules are not going to be implemented yet. I have to repeat it again. She made a proposal. There are 3 top parties in the UK. We have the Labour Party, who are in power. We have the Conservative Party, who she is the leader of that party. And then we have the Reform. Now, she making this proposal while the Reform is getting stronger and stronger. Remember that the Reform don't have fantastic policies for immigration. They are not really friendly when it comes to immigration right from time. So we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the UK. All I did was share information that you can plan accordingly. If you are on indefinite leave to remain and maybe you said, okay, I don't want to apply for British citizenship, and maybe you're not sure yet. There are people on indefinite leave to remain and they've been there for 20 years. They don't want to convert to become a full British citizen. Now, you have to ask yourself and be sure that, okay, do I do it now or do I wait? If you are someone on the post-study work visa option, you now know that time is so important. So do you stick with that pathway and wait towards the end of your post-study work visa before you switch to a skilled worker visa so that it starts counting? Or do you switch early? Do you do what you can do early? Another thing, knowing that they want to put high enough salary before you can switch to indefinite leave to remain. Must I go into the path of being a carer? Can I choose some other option that will help me earn more? Maybe choosing a path that has to do with IT or something that will increase your earnings and you will not struggle. Let me tell you something. Money is not everything, but everything needs money. Everything is all about optimizing your time, earning more, being more efficient. I want to share this important thing with you. It's the Future of Jobs Report 2025 by World Economic Forum. It's so important for you to know that whatever you are going through that might be affecting you financially might be as a result of the fact that you chose an occupation that might be dwindling, that might be in decline, because the structures of the world have already changed. Everything has changed. So you have to align yourself with the demand of what is in existence right now. Now, let me show you the top fastest growing jobs. We have big data specialists, fintech engineers, AI and machine learning specialists, software and applications developers, security management specialists. Just go through that list. I'm going to put the link to this in the description box so that I can go through it. You will know that most of these jobs you can see here, they were not in existence. Like, let's just say 50 years ago, they were not there. Some of them were not even there 20 years ago. That is why we are feeling the impact of you pursuing a particular job role and that job, you're not satisfied in it. You feel they're not paying you as much because money has shifted. It has moved to another place. And these are things that the top organizations and top countries, I'm talking about developed countries, need. They need some of these skills. You know, even developing countries need these skills too. So I just want you to understand and have more clarity about what is happening in the world today. Now, you can see the top fastest declining jobs: postal service clerks, bank tellers and related clerks, data entry clerks, cashiers and ticket clerks. Just read these: administrative assistant and executive secretaries. You can see that things have changed. Not that these jobs do not exist. They exist, but you need to bring some level of IT skills to this particular job roles before you are relevant. You are likely to be sacked and you are likely to earn less without computer skills. So all I'm saying is that plan yourself accordingly. There's a reason why there are more than 300 occupation codes on the skilled worker visa application page of the UK government. But guess what? Only 2 are not allowed to bring dependents. But if you go through that list, you will see some of these job roles on that list pertaining to IT, engineering, teaching, of course, healthcare is so important. I'm talking about doctors, nurses, as well as carers are important. But a lot of people came into the UK as carers, and I know that as you've come into the UK, it's difficult to actually grow, to even become a care manager and all that. It's difficult. So you have to plan very well to transition into other areas or continue in that pathway. If you're not happy to be in a carer, please do not do it. I'm just sharing a message of hope. I'm sharing a message of planning, very well, being strategic in everything you do. Timing is king. I always say time is very important. Speed is king. Always plan accordingly and everything will work out for you. I pray for you too. I pray for everybody that we all get what we want. And yeah, I wish you the best as you pursue whatever you're pursuing. Like, may all your dreams come true. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.